Let's see how many followers I gained. Only a couple? What the fuck? What the flip? We need music. Yo, what is up? Hydro. I don't know your name. Hydrogen? Jive. What is up? Oh, I want to play music, but I don't know what's fucking copyrighted or not, dude. Thieves. Yeah, I don't know. Because I want to play copyright-free music, but like... I don't know. That's a little too intense. We ruined it. Let's go. Fuck you, Boblax. I'm watching. Damn, you failed the challenge. Yeah, we already failed, dude. We have 9 viewers. Everyone needs to leave. I got viewers. Lol. Lol, true. Lol. My challenge. I lost my challenge. How's everyone been? I need to find, like, good... non-copyright music. Want to play Fortnite? Good. Toss me a wrench. Okay. I will. How do I do that? There. Why you red like a goddamn tomato? My camera settings are all fucky. I need to find, like, better settings. This is default, but it's like a little too dark, right? So like I'd need something like that. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit better. I don't know. Guys, are you ready? Are you ready to watch Sonic videos? I'm behind on my Sonic videos. We have the plight of 3D Sonic games. Oh shit, someone's at my door. I'll be right back in like... I'm back. My dad came over to pick up a gift for his birthday that I got him. I got him the Manscaped Weed Whacker, which trims your nose hairs and ear hairs. Alright. We need to turn this up, man. COVID blacks? I do not have COVID. I'm actually vaccinated, which means I can go into restaurants. 52 viewers? I thought you were supposed to be at 0. Yeah, me too. You getting a Manscaped sponsorship? Yes, I am. I don't know if the code's active right now. It would be code BOBLAX if you guys want to try it at checkout. I don't know if it's active or not because I haven't put the ad in a video yet. The reason it's not in a video yet is because my next video is on Trisha Paytas, and Manscaped doesn't want to have their ad on like a video with someone having a mental breakdown. It needs to be like a more calm one. So I don't know if it's launched, but you guys can try code BOBLAX, and if it doesn't work, then you can wait. But yeah. Yeah, Manscaped is a really good sponsor. I've been using Manscaped for like a year before they reached out, so that's why I had an extra weed whacker. I already had one, and then they sent me one, so just gave it to my dad for his birthday. Alright, I'm gonna do a poll. Also, we're doing more Twitch streams here, so this is gonna be a regular thing, so be sure to follow and all that. I'm making a poll. What should we do? Chat, Sonic video. Twitch is terrible. I don't think it's that bad. I like it. Hey, watch Premi. Well, we have a vote here. Watch Sonic videos, chat. We're probably going to end up doing both, but you going to be on the Zerka Royale again? Probably. Code BOBLAX works? Okay. Then if you guys want to, you know, do the Manscaped stuff early, 20% off and free international shipping when you use code BOBLAX on Manscaped. And, of course, always code BOBLAX on Meta PCs. You know how it is. You know how it is. Uninstalled Twitch on my phone months ago. I keep forgetting to reinstall it. Damn. I got my Kofi. Yeah, the reason I was late is I went out to get food, and then I also went out to charge my car, and traffic was like really slow. They're like grannies on the road. How are you, BOBLAX? Pretty good. Just finished going camping. It was nice. We went up to Whistler area in BC, if you guys know, around that area. Went through Squamish, went through Whistler, and then we ended up in Narum Falls. Nice flex. Hello. What is up, everybody? It's been a while since I made a video. It's been a while since I did anything. Just pass them, bro. Pass who? What's up, Boggy? How you doing? I'm just chatting right now. Talking with the chat. Ooh. Maybe I should put the chat over above my webcam so it looks like I'm looking into you guys when I look at the chat. Dude, Augie just finished worshiping. Why is your face red? I don't know what is the best camera settings, guys. Is there too much saturation? Just use okay, interesting. Added permitted term rape. Okay. We are about to get bricked up from some Sonic vids. True. Let's watch some Sonic vids right now. We need to see what's up. This video is from Premiere. Why is it going off?
One.
Jesus. Jeez Louise, dude. I'm trying to react Andy here. Boblax told me to jump off a cliff. No, I didn't. Shut up. I have the best stream setup in the world. In the whole goddamn world. Okay, we're watching the plight of 3D Sonic games.
The world's first hybrid games platform, launching a whole...
Oh my god, fucking sponsors, dude. Fuck that shit.
...years. Since probably around the time that an invite on launch day. Make sure to check out the link in the description to sign up.
I literally won't.
Alright, so there's a topic that's been on my mind for literal years, since probably around the time that Forces dropped, and that is real fans versus retroactive fans. And basically what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to modern Sonic games, because I mean I haven't really seen this with the classics, there seems to be real fans of a game and retroactive fans. Now 3D Sonic games have of course had their ups and they've had their downs. Ow! Shut the fuck up! Okay, but seriously, like, when it comes to 3D Sonic games, we've had this amazing roller coaster just going through the franchise. A franchise that's now 30 years old. A lot of fans have come in and out, a lot of opinions have changed, at least within the core current fans of the franchise. And a lot of that is just due to, like, newer games coming out and changing the perception of previous games, whether it's new Sonic games or new games in general, and it causes certain games to get looked at in a different light. It's like, the quality of modern Sonic keeps going down over time to the point that people retroactively go back and praise games that they didn't even love before. On top of that, new positive reception for a game that wasn't once well liked causes a new generation of Sonic fans to go into that game with a different mindset than the original people that played it when the game was fresh. Those new fans come from a different era, so they see things differently to us who played it when it was new, and there's just so many factors that affect the perception of a game. For example, like 06, a game that...
Dude, no one ever talks about any other gaming franchise in this way except for Sonic. Like, people like it when it comes out and people like it differently when it comes out later. I don't know, dude. The Sonic video game franchise in general is just so much more like scrutinized in every single detail than like any other fucking video game. You never catch someone talking about this about another franchise.
Quite a few people nowadays are saying is a game that had decently good level design with a lot of ambition and heart, and they weren't saying that shit before.
Boblax was shilling Ridgewald in that IRL stream. No, I just have a Ridge wallet. And Julian had a Ridge wallet too.
Like, remember that shit. I was there. I lived
Boblax.
it. Which is honestly one of the major inspirations for making this video. 06 was pretty much, in public perception, the lowest point of the franchise at the time in which it came out. It was the 15th anniversary and the game was rushed and it wasn't loved by a lot of people. It was loved by me, of course, because, you know, I have great taste, but it wasn't loved by a lot of people. But the thing is, a lot of people would argue that it's no longer the lowest point in the franchise now, because we went even lower. Whether you love the original colors or not, I mean, Colors Ultimate, especially the Switch port, was a huge low. It was trending on Twitter for potentially inducing seizures. And in my books, a rushed port or remaster is actually worse than a rushed game, because with a rushed port or remaster, it's like you can remember a time where there was a better version of the game to play and you have a direct comparison point. Whereas with a rushed game, if you like certain elements of the game, you're just gonna have to deal with whatever glitches or whatever issues come with that game, because that's the only way to play it, which is pretty much how 06 was for years and years and years. Whereas Sonic Genesis on the GBA is just like, yeah, it's still Sonic 1 deep down.
I would like to tell Mods here and Boblax what I'm about to add and block.
But why would I play the GBA version when I could just play Sonic 1? Unless you were just that desperate to play it on the go back in 2006, but you know. And even if you didn't think Colors Ultimate was the lowest...
Nobody besides YouTubers use Ridge Wallet. My dad uses Ridge Wallet. My mom's boyfriend uses Ridge Wallet. I actually see a lot of people who use it, unironically. I mean, Julian used it, and he didn't even, like... He didn't even know about it through me, so...
was one of the franchise. There were huge debates when Forces came out as to whether
Yeah, I see a lot of people using either a Ridge Wallet or wallets that are like Ridge Wallet, you know? Like, just cheaper, or versions, or, like, different brands, you know?
Forces was better or worse than 06, and a lot of people said 06 was better than Forces. It was not something that was unable to be debated.
You shilled Ridge to your dad. Nice. No, I gave it to him for free. Ridge sent me 3 wallets. I used one, I gave one to my mom's boyfriend, and then I gave one to my dad. But I do see a lot of people either using in life, like either using a Ridge Wallet or using a wallet that's like similar to Ridge Wallet, because it actually is like super convenient. In the way it's because it's like, it doesn't get fucked up because it's not made of leather. Not that leather ones really get fucked up that much, but it's also like really compact. I don't like it for carrying money though. I'm gonna be real. I don't like it for carrying dollar bills because they're kind of just like hanging there on the clip. I don't like that. I feel uncomfortable, especially since sometimes I carry on 50s and 100s. So, I don't use it for that, but it's really good for cards.
The fact that we're even having that debate 11 years after 06 means that we pretty much are at the lowest point, because we shouldn't even be...
Also, I'm not sponsored by Ridge anymore, so I don't even know if my code works anymore, but I don't think I'm ever gonna do a Ridge ad read again. Not because I don't want to, but because I think it just wasn't super profitable for them to advertise through me. They didn't really get a lot of sales through my ads, so...
be debating that they should have learned their lesson and come back harder and harder and harder. And even if you wanted to say Forces isn't worse than 06, that's cool. Rise of Lyric objectively scored worse from critics and from fans.
I do think Rise of Lyric's worse than 06. This is like one of the only Sonic games where I just didn't beat. Like, I suffer through a lot of Sonic games just to get the experience. Rise of Lyrics one I never finished, or never wanted to finish. Secret Rings is also one of them.
When you check all the reputable websites online. So we can safely say there's been at least 1 point.
Yeah, that sucks about clip wallets, and I always have a regular wallet for cashing coins. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have a backup wallet for cashing coins. I don't really carry it around, though, because you don't really need cash or coins that much. And the one time I did carry it around, some fucking guy in Vancouver, he, like, was begging for fucking money, and I'm like, okay. Like, he stopped us on the street, and he was like, he made up, like, a story about needing to get, like, to bust to Squamish or something, and I'm like, he's like, I need $25. I'm like, okay, I don't have 25 on me, but here's a 50, and then he saw that I had more 50s, and he started begging for more 50s. So yeah, I'm never fucking carrying. I just have cash in my car, but I don't bring it out anymore because of that. I don't really need cash anyways, usually on me. Why didn't I just say no? Because I'm really bad at saying no. And also, like, I just met someone. So I didn't want them to think I was, like, a fucking asshole who just, like, didn't give money to people in need. I don't know. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done it, but whatever.
Of the franchise after '06 that was lower than '06. Now, public perception is more objective, but when it comes to like your own opinion, like everyone's got their own opinion what the lowest point of the franchise is. Even with the classic fans, a lot of them said SA2 was the lowest point when that came out. They said Heroes was the lowest point after that when that came out, and then of course they said Shadow was the lowest point when that came out, and then of course they said '06 was the lowest point when that came. It just kept going on and on and on. In terms of public perception, there seems to be 3 different phases that every modern Sonic game goes through. Phase 1, a Sonic game that goes from good in the public perception to bad. For example, Colors. Phase 2, a Sonic game that goes from bad in public eyes to good. For example, Unleashed. And to a smaller degree, '06, thanks to things like P06 and whatnot. And just people longing for the adventure era to come back. And finally, Phase 3, which is the games that went from good to bad to good again. And that would be pretty much the entire adventure era. SA1, SA2, Heroes, pretty much all started as these.
I was one of those fans who, when everyone was shitting on fucking Sonic Adventure, for whatever reason, I stuck through it, dude. Sonic Adventure's always been good. Sonic Adventure 2's always been good. Anybody who got fucking gaslit and manipulated by these evil YouTubers and their evil opinions into thinking that Adventure is bad, wow, you're just sheeple.
These are good games by the vast majority of people, minus the classic fanboys, of course. Then in the early 2010s, they got seen as bad, glitchy, dated messes, and then post-Forces, everyone said, hold on a minute. Those early 3D Sonic titles are kind of goated though, you know? You think we can get some remakes of those games, you know what I mean? Like, Crash getting remakes, like, Spyro getting remakes. We want some remakes too. Now, of course, there's a few games that don't fit these criteria. There's a few games that have pretty much maintained a good reception, like Sonic Generations has pretty much maintained its good reception.
No one hates Sonic more than Sonic fans, true. I feel like Sonic fans are so fucking judgmental about, like, certain games in the franchise. They're like Sonic fans and Sonic haters at the same time because just so many games are so different. Like each Sonic game's so different. Whereas other people are kind of like, isn't Sonic kind of like shitty? And I don't know, whatever. Like they don't really care that much.
Over the years, of course, until Sega decided to remaster it and make Generations Ultimate. Given their track record with Ultimates, we could see how the reputation of Gens could go down in the future. And I guess Lost World has pretty much stayed in the same category of, it's okay. And Rise of Earth has pretty much stayed in the category of, this is trash. But given the amount of modern Sonic games, I'd pretty much say that these are the outliers and not the rule. As for the storybook games, I guess they're kind of seen in a better light than they were when they first came out, but I wouldn't say they're like held to like an amazing standard. Maybe Black Knight is getting a bit more love nowadays, but I still think Secret Rings is better. Anyway, back to the meta era.
Whoa, that's a really bad opinion.
Honestly think Forces has a high chance of going from bad to good in the future as well. I mean, I already saw a viral tweet like weeks ago saying that Forces had ambition. And I mean, the dude was like a teenager and he got roasted by the Sonic fan base because opinion people disagree with means roast, right? But tell me this, would this be such an unpopular opinion if Rangers came out and it was somehow worse than Forces?
No, I actually agree. I think Forces... Now, I will always dislike Forces personally, but I think in like 5 years or so, there's going to be people who like played Forces for the first time when they were like a teenager, like 12 or 11 or whatever, and they start becoming like 18, 17, what have you, and they start voicing their opinions and becoming more vocal. They're going to say that Forces wasn't that bad. In the same way that people are kind of doing that for like '06 and Unleashed now. Although I don't think '06 and Unleashed are as bad as Forces, but I think the same thing's going to happen. Yo, Buzzsaw, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, I do think that Forces... Because Forces does have some, like, interesting ideas. Like, I think the premise is okay and cool. I think Infinite, the villain, has a cool design. But that's about it. But I can see that there's, like, enough in that game to where people will be like, it's not the best, but I really love it. I have a soft spot for it, whatever. Because the issue... Thank you so much for the anonymous gifted sub. I hope the guy who got it enjoys that. But yeah, like, because the thing about Forces is, like, I don't like it, and I think it's boring, but it's not, like, glitchy or bad. And maybe, like, some people in the future will be like, oh, It's not the best thing in the world, but it's a fun little romp, you know? It's fun to just, like, play through it for a couple hours and then turn it off. Yo, first Boblack stream? What's up? Hopefully you can come to more. Hopefully I can do this more often. But yeah.
Even less inspired? Something to think about, right? How many games after Forces would they have to make that are worse than Forces for people to then go back and say, Forces had
Yo, Augie gifting a sub to General Shepherd, dude? We got the hype train going, and we passed the goal. Hell yeah, thank you guys. Oh, and Augie got the first... Oh, he has Founder because he subbed before, so he's like a resubbing. Hell yeah. And now he has the... Dude, we got all these badges. Let's go. Thank you guys. Hopefully you guys like the emotes. If you guys have any suggestions for emotes to add. Are the badges Pikmin flowers? Yeah, they are.
this, or at least Forces had that. At least the levels were 1 minute instead
Sorry if I don't sound like super hype right now. I'm kind of in a more laid back mood. Yo! Thank you, Toon Street. That's awesome. I didn't expect anyone to sub. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Mike the Bike is gifting to Taps? That's fucking great. Hell yeah.
20 seconds like the levels in this new game or whatever. I mean, Collins.
Depressed? I'm not depressed. I'm just like, I'm just a bit tired. That's why I got coffee. Because I just went camping, so it's kind of like my decompression day, you know?
20-second levels, to be honest, but I'm sorry. So basically, the real fans of a game are those who always maintained loving a certain game over the years. No matter
Exactly! Real fans, dude, like me. I've always loved, oh, thank you so much for the sub. Dude, we got level 3. Oh my god. Let's go. Coffee community over tea community, true. Yeah, here's some Sonic games that I've always loved and haven't really changed my opinions on. Adventure 1, Adventure 2. 06, when I first played it, I strangely liked it. I have a weird relationship with 06, though, because, like, with Adventure 1 and 2, I played it when they were new, and Heroes. And I've always liked Heroes. I've never loved Heroes, but Heroes has always been, like, a good, like, solid Sonic game, in my opinion. With 06, I played it kind of like in the early 2010s. I played it after watching a Let's Play of it. So, like, I already knew all the glitches, or all the, like, glitches to, like, watch out for. Because there's also glitches that, like, they can help you. Like, for example, like, spamming hover on Silver or spamming hover on Omega. Like, they're helpful glitches, so I knew all of the helpful glitches. And I kind of knew how to navigate the game going into it. I didn't go into it not knowing what's up. I knew everything that was coming up. So I feel like that made my opinion of the game a lot more positive because I knew what to watch out for and what to do in order to make my experience more enjoyable. So I've always liked 06, but maybe if I was introduced to it under different circumstances, I wouldn't like it. Unleashed. I've always been 50-50 on, because I really like the daytime stages. At first, I really didn't like Werehog. Now I'm, like, okay with it, but I still don't prefer it. So Unleashed, I guess I've been wishy-washy on. I don't think I've been wishy-washy on Lost World. I just haven't had much reason to go back to it. And I think I've always loved Generations. I don't think I've been wishy-washy on, like, any of my opinions on any Sonic games. I think I've always been pretty, like, solid in my opinion. Like, my opinion when I first played the game is my opinion, like, 10 years later. Except for maybe Colors. I actually like Colors less now that I've played it more. What other game have I, like, liked and, like, then liked less, or hated and then liked more? I used to hate Sonic in the Black Knight. I don't think I hate it anymore because I played Secret Rings, and Secret Rings is worse. It's so fun to speedrun high. It might be because you're getting high for the first time. Or not the first time, but you're starting to get high, like, more consistently. Yo, 5 gifted subs? Oh my god. We've doubled the goal. Thank you so much, Augie. We've doubled the goal. So now we have 20 subs, even though my goal was 10. Wow. We have level 3 now. That's great. Yeah, I don't know. Yo, Bionic Pig TV is subbed? Oh my god. Okay, let's finish watching this video.
No matter how cool or uncool it was to like said game. And the retroactive fans are in a way desperate because deep down they want something else, but are just settling for liking this thing. Because, well, it's Sonic and it's better than what we're getting now, in their eyes. It's almost like a supermodel dating me because there was an apocalypse that killed off all the men and I was the last man on Earth. And she didn't want to go lesbian like all her other supermodel friends who are making do. Like, sure, I get to date a supermodel, but like, does she really want me? Like, now I'm not trying to dunk on the retroactive fans. I mean, it's not really their fault. The only reason they're doing this is because, again, Sega keep fucking up. Instead of one-upping themselves and getting better, they seem to be one-upping themselves and getting worse. Should that be one-downing themselves? I don't know. Again, just to clarify, I'm not saying that everyone is flip-flopping their opinions. There's obviously been a lot of Sonic fans over the years, a lot of which become inactive in the community as they get older and the franchise stops catering to them. And I'm sure a ton of us never changed our opinions on any Sonic games. I mean, I guess I loved Shadow as a kid. Nowadays, it's not really a favorite game of mine, but I don't dislike Shadow.
What's my opinion on Shadow? How has my opinion on Shadow evolved over the years? So, Shadow's like a really weird one, because I played it like a tiny bit as a kid, but not really that much. Because my sister had it on PS2, but I wasn't allowed to play her PS2. And then I never owned it on GameCube. I played through it like a year ago or whatever, and it was like, there were some levels that were fun, but a lot of levels were like really annoying, especially with some of the missions. Yo, thanks for the sub, Cheese Danish. So, I kind of have like, I kind of think the game's like mediocre, but not like the worst thing in the world. I think it's more leaning towards bad than good. I should make like a Sonic game tier list, actually. We'll do this after this video.
I kind of changed my opinion on was Unleashed, because I would never say I disliked it, but like, I grew up in the adventure era, and obviously Unleashed was the first main series boost game, and I guess it was so different that I just spent all my time comparing it to like the adventure games, thinking this is so different, you know, like I still liked it, but I didn't truly get the boost formula yet. The only boost formula game I played before that was Rush, and that was 2D, so I had different expectations because it was just on the DS. But with Unleashed, I was like, well, this isn't like, where's my other characters? Where's everything that I'm used to? Like, the shock was a lot for me. I didn't really get that far when it first came out, so eventually, like, after Colors and Gens had come out and I beat those games, I went back to Unleashed to actually finish it, because when I first played it when it was new, it was at a friend's house, I didn't get as far, but when I went back and actually beat it in the 2010s, and I actually
play Shadow, I could play Shadow. Yo! We got another gifted sub. We are 9% away from level 5. Yo.
Compared it to its peers, which were the other
Thanks
boost
for
games.
The gifted.
That's when
you guys are carrying. You guys are carrying the hype train. You guys are shoveling that coal strain to the train when no one else will.
I realized not only that was better than the other boost games, but in general, I just think the boost formula had clicked for me better because I had played Generations and already loved it, and then Unleashed was more of that, but with more content and more passion, and that's when I really realized that I actually loved this game. But no, I was not one of those people trashing it when it first came out. I didn't dislike the Werehog when it was new. Honestly, the Werehog was just as different as the boost gameplay. Like, it wasn't like the boost gameplay is normal Sonic and the Werehog was different. They were both different. I'm like, these are both not adventure to me, so they were kind of equally a shock to me, is my point. But that's just the way things go, man. Opinions change. Different generations of fans exist in the community. Classic fans, a lot of them might be like the last great Sonic game was Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I've pretty much been saying the last great modern Sonic game was Generations, and that was over a decade ago. And who knows, in another 5 years or so, people will be saying this.
2021, this shit. So literally, we've not had a good Sonic game since fucking Forces.
Anyway, man, let me know what you guys think about—
What the fuck? Is Twip on fucking drugs, bro?
this topic.
Is Twip like retarded? What the fuck's going on? That's so stupid. What's your opinion on Mania? I like it. It's a really, really solid game. Twip told me today that Forces was bad. He keeps flip-flopping, dude. Or he's trolling. I don't know.
What do you guys think about real fans versus retroactive fans when it comes to Sonic game? What do you guys think about the 3 phases I've outlined on where the public perception of a game shifts depending on what comes after it? And are there any games that you've changed your opinion on heavily years after it came out because of something that came afterwards? But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit
15 subs? Holy shit. You guys are popping off.
that bell. Make sure to check out the
No one ever checks out the non-Sonic channel, dude. He's been promoting it for like years and no one checks it out. It's kind of funny. Do feel bad though. I'm sure it's great. Okay, we need to find a tier list. Let's see. Sonic game tier list. Oh my god, there's so many. Every Sonic game ever. Main Sonic games. If we do every Sonic game ever, it's just like too much. But at the same time, it's the most thorough, right? Ultimate Sonic game tier list. I think this one looks good. Yeah, I think this one looks the cleanest too. Alright. Twip needs to be stopped, so true. Poop emoji? What the fuck? Alright. First Sonic game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And it's gonna be my opinion. We can do a community list after, alright? But right now, these are my opinions. Sonic Eraser never existed, so I gotta put that on D. Actually, we need to make a new tier. How do I make a new tier? Okay. Add row below. Okay. Never played. Okay, we'll fill out this first. Oh, we should play Sonic music. Wait. Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack. Here we go. Okay. Games I've never played. Drift. Oh, I really want to play Chaotix though. Fuck! Fuck. I wish I played it. There's a lot of Sonic games I haven't played. Wait, why is... Oh, okay. Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic Blast have very similar logos. I really want to play Pocket Adventure 2. Fuck. I haven't played Advance in a really long time. Shit. Oh, I haven't played Riders in a long time either. I don't think I've played Rush Adventure. Fuck. Now I want to play more Sonic games, but I haven't... Goddamn. There's a lot of Sonic games I haven't played. Some I've played like a tiny bit, so I don't know, like... Okay. Gotta download a shit ton of emulators. True. What about Sonic and Mario at the Olympia? I have played that. It's not on this list though. Fuck! I've played Chaotix multiple times. It's awful. I really want to play. It's because a lot of these aren't available like in other places. Like I don't think Pocket Adventure was ever ported, and it was like on Neo Geo Pocket. So it's like. You should talk about Pikmin for another stream. True. That tier list would be so small. There's only 4 Pikmin games. There's only 4 Pikmin games, and I think there's a mobile game coming soon. So that tier list would be really fucking quick. Okay. Let's get the S tiers out of the way, okay? Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Heroes is A. Sonic 06 would be S if it was fixed. Project 06 is S, but the actual game might be A. 3 and Knuckles. People hate me for that. I just couldn't get into it, man. Where's Mania? Pokemon Unite when? Mans puts 06 in A. Yeah, this is my personal list. We'll do a fan list after. Mania B. B is really good. I'm trying to like parse my opinions right now. Oh, I'll like move it around in a sec. I really like the concept of Sonic R. This list is like so bad for some people. I'm sorry. Oh, Unleashed is like really good, but it has some issues. Fuck. I'll reorganize this in a sec. Everyone's getting so mad at my opinions. Come on. Okay, fighters. 3D Blast. Blast is kind of derpy though. I like how like stupid it is. It's like such a short and fucking shitty game, but like I need like another tier. I need another tier. I'm gonna rename them so I get my opinions. Godlike. Really good. Amazing. Really good. Okay. Fun. Meh. Wait. My opinions are so diverse. Bad. Okay. Does that make sense? I don't know. Da 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 da. Sonic Advance is really good. I haven't played it a bit. I might need another tier. So bad it's good. Shadow the Hedgehog. Rush. Okay, we might need to reorganize this a bit. Because some of the ones in bad tier, like, some of these games make me angry, and some of these games are just like, okay, you know? Call Nick? Why call Nick? Did he ask to call? Okay. I might need to reorganize this into like orders, like left to right. Because these are kind of like all over the place. Like Sonic Adventure 2 is my favorite. Sonic Adventure is really good. Sonic Generations is really good. I really love Heroes. Like everything in these the first two tiers, I like love. Like I have a soft spot for. Unleashed might be a little too high. I might need to move some of these up. I really do like the classics a lot. Lost World I have like really mixed feelings on. There's parts of it I love and there's parts of it I don't. So I have really, really mixed feelings on Lost World. But all of these games, like, everything in the top 3 tiers, like, I actually love a lot. Like, I love these games. And then the bottom 2 tiers are, like, not as good. I could maybe put Shadow and Black Knight higher. I don't know. These are like the only 2 games that I might put a little higher. But yeah, I think this list is fine. This is my list. This is my... only a high person would make a tier list like this. I'm not high. But yeah, so... I'll say my reasoning, and then we can make a fan tier list, okay? Like, of all you guys in chat. Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure, really cool, like, aesthetic, feel, story, atmosphere. Gameplay's really fun. Can be slightly glitchy at times, but it's super solid. Sonic Generations, really good homage to the entire franchise. Really good level design. It's too short. The final boss is really bad. But that's about it. Heroes. Super solid game. In terms of, like, gameplay concept. I think the level design could be a bit better. I think the biggest issue is the slippery controls. It's just an objective downgrade to how the adventure game's controlled. But I really liked swapping between the 3 people. I think that's, like, super, super cool. But the boss fights are really kind of meh. Sonic 06, it would be S tier if it wasn't glitchy. The glitches, and it's just not finished. But if it was finished, it'd be S tier. Sonic R, conceptually, it's really, really good. The issue is it's too short. The controls are kind of whack. So that's why it's not S tier. Sonic CD, my favorite classic Sonic game. I just like the 3D Sonic games better. I'm tempted to put this in S tier, but it's not a game like I'm like super hyped to go back to all the time just because I prefer 3D Sonic. But I like the open level design. Sonic Unleashed would be S tier, but what holds it back is that you have to play Werehog levels and you have to get moon medals to continue playing daytime. I would rather Sonic Unleashed, in my opinion, would be better if you were able to choose daytime story and nighttime story like in Sonic Adventure 2. So you can choose to play all the Werehog levels whenever. You can choose to play daytime levels whenever, but you have to beat both to unlock Eggman Land. I think that would have made it much better. So people can play what they prefer to play, but they still have to beat the game to get the final level. That's my only issue, is like the order and the way you play the content, not necessarily the content itself. So next are like all the 2D Sonic games. You can see all of these are 2D except for Lost World. I really love 2D Sonic, but compared to 3D, I just like 3D a lot more. Lost World, it has really cool controls and level design some places, but some of the level designs like really whack in other places. I just think it's kind of all over the place, not consistent enough. Sonic Colors, I think there's too many 2D sections, I think. The level design, I don't like that you can't boost as much. I think there's some, like, fucking derpy parts in it where you can die easily and get fucked up. Sonic the Fighter is just a meh game. Sonic 3D Blast, I have a soft spot for it, but obviously not the best game in the world. Sonic 4 Episode 1, I don't hate it as much as other people do, but it's just kind of boring. It's just kind of like, it doesn't really do anything, it's just there. Game Gear Sonics, they're pretty cool, but definitely not preferable over the others. Sonic Chaos, just, you know, meh. Sonic Rush, a lot of people love this game. For me, I don't really think it's that great. I think it's kind of fun, but I don't know. Not really a fan of like the 2D boost Sonic games, if I'm gonna be honest. Shattered Crystal and Fire and Ice are okay. Nothing really wrong about them. Nothing great about them either. Shadow the Hedgehog, I really like the aesthetic and the story. Even though the story's all over the place, I like the ideas they had. I just think it was executed kind of poorly, and some of the missions are just like horrible to play. Black Knight, I just don't like that it's on rails. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It would have been so much better if it played like an Adventure Sonic game. The Storybook series in general is kind of a misstep in my opinion. Sonic Blast, it's just a shitty 2D Sonic game. Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, most boring thing I've ever fucking played in my life. Even more boring than Forces. Forces is just meh, doesn't really do anything. Sonic Spinball is kind of a mess. Secret Rings is a mess too. In order of like how I like the Sonic games in the bad tier, it kind of goes like this. So like Shadow, then Black Knight, then Forces, Boom, Secret Rings. I haven't played any of these. Alright! Now it's time for chat. It's time for chat to make their tier list. Okay, I don't know how many people we have in chat. I don't know how many Sonic games fans we have in chat. But first, what game would you put in S tier? Alright, what game... Oh, wait. What should we do? Should we go game by game and then vote for each tier? Actually, that's what I think I'll do. I think I'll go game by game and then we'll vote. We'll vote for a tier. Okay, so... Poll first. First is Sonic 3. Alright, I'm gonna make polls. But they're gonna be short polls. They're gonna be like 2-minute polls, so you gotta be fast. Sonic 3. S-A-B-C-D. Okay, vote. So far, A is winning. Maybe we should make it 1 minute. Boblax needs more dick in his life. I disagree. Okay, it looks like A is winning. I'm gonna make these 1 minute. How do I end early? Okay, next up. Sonic 1. We're gonna skip the like the like non-important games because it's gonna take a while and I don't want to be here all day doing this. So, because we got other stuff to do, guys. So I'm just gonna only do the main Sonic games. Add row below. Done. Sonic R in here. Okay, Sonic 1 is A tier. Next. Sonic Adventure. S-A-B-C-D. Alright. Why is there Team Sonic Racing but no other Sonic game? Like Sonic Racing game. Chat is high. Yeah, you're so mad. All right. Next up. SA2. What's up? D? Who put D for SA2? Who the fuck put D for SA2? We're gonna ban that guy. Holy shit. D? Okay, oh, it's a close fight between A and S. Some people like Adventure. You guys like Adventure more than Adventure 2? You meant to put S. Okay, then I'll factor in one more vote for S, but it seems like it's not gonna make a difference. Holy. Okay then. Okie dokie. Next is Sonic Advance. I agree, SA2 is better than the Bible. Wah, 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 wah. Another essay, true. Do. It won't let me vote. It's C. Okay. We have a tie for A and B. I'll put it on B. Now we're doing Advance 2. Second Game Boy game. Sonic sucks, Bubsy's better. Damn, we got a wide variety for this one. Yeah, if you haven't played it, just don't vote, I guess. I tried to pick the Sonic games that people played the most and that make the most sense to vote for. Maybe putting the advanced games on here wasn't the best idea. I don't know. Maybe I underestimated how popular the advanced games are. It seems like we have really mixed votes on this one. Oh. A just edged out. Alright. Here's a more popular Sonic game we're gonna vote on, and I'm sure a lot of people have very strong opinions on this game. S, A, B, C, D. This is a pretty divisive Sonic game. Heroes. We're gonna watch a video about how someone likes Sonic Heroes after this, too. Ellis Mark. Yeah, Ellis Mark has some very strange opinions on Heroes. Ooh, we got a lot of Heroes fans in the chat. Well, Punished Mike loves Heroes. I respect the Heroes lovers. You know? For me, I think it's just like a good Sonic game, not a great... I mean, I put it on like second tier for mine. You saw my tier list. Looks like we're gonna have this one in S. Okay. Okay. I love this music that we're playing. Fucking love Sonic Adventure 2. We might play some Sonic Adventure 2 later today, actually. Next, we have S, A, B, C, D. Advanced 3. If you guys want to see me play Sonic game later in the stream, what game do you want me to play? I'm thinking some Sonic Adventure 2. This fucking music's getting me in the mood, man. I'll play through the whole game. I don't give a fuck. I'll race Augie if he wants to. I'd kick his ass. Oh, I have a game I want to play after this, actually. There's a fan Sonic game that I really want to play. Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow. Okay. I'm very interested to see the results of this one. A, B, C, D. Shadow. You guys are trolling with Shadow. There's no way. There's gonna be a troll list. Whoa, the only ass. Love the story, but the gameplay's terrible. That's kind of my opinion on it as well. Okay, I guess you guys are fucking in love with Shadow the Hedgehog. Now this one's another divisive one. Rush. Alright. Now, the most divisive of all. B, C, D. 06! 06. What is your guys' opinion on Sonic 06?
just gonna creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head 'cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy.
It's very close between D and S. This is very interesting.
Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back him up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, 'cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall.
Drug tier list? Oh my god.
Let it get to me, I'm just gonna creep down Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I sense it in my feet.
Secret
The great emerald
rings.
power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head. I have no
B,
fear.
C,
It probably seems
D.
crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery.
Black tar heroin S tier? Hell yeah. I swear some of you guys are trolling in these polls. This whole tier list is rigged, and we all know the riggers.
Everybody flow with me. This is your boy Knuckles, and this is Aquatic Mind.
Next is Rush Adventure.
Let's take a dive in Aquatic Mind. Once was a cold pit, but now it's a water ride. Makes you wanna sit back, enjoy the life, and do things you like doing, get to shine. It's your bees fighting with the foes all the time, but I gotta do it, they always stay out of line. Sometimes I wanna just chill and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems. I stay knuckled up, I'm in a deep cut. I'm seeing skulls that burn, they trying to cut me off. Avoiding my luck, I'm feeling kinda stuck. I'm in narrow hallways running
Okay.
like it's a
Now,
hand track.
another divisive one. Unleashed.
And I don't know what to do. Guaranteed though, I'ma find the emeralds. Don't call me Knuckles for nothing, I can't lose. Sure bees fighting with them foes.
Every game in existence is better than Sonic. Damn!
Sometimes I wanna just
That's
chill
harsh.
and land, but I'm the protector of the emeralds and gems. Stay knuckled up in a deep cut. I'm seeing skulls that burn, they trying to throw me off. Avoiding my luck, I'm feeling kinda stuck. Don't call me Knuckles, give me your box.
S, A, B, C, D. C, B, D. Black Knight is next. Great music, not so great gameplay. Wait, we should listen to some Black Knight music. Wait. This is my favorite Crush 40 song. Dude, this fucking song. Dude, this song gets my autism going, like fully. All right. Pikmin tier list 1 and 3 are S, 2 is A, Hey is C. Yeah, I mean, with Pikmin, I feel like there's two types of Pikmin fans. People who really like the first game, and the third game, and people who really like the second game, because the second game plays pretty differently from the first and third. So most Pikmin tier lists are either what you said, Punished Mike, which is 1 and 3S, 2A and Hey C, or it's 2S, 1 and 3A, and then Hey is C, which that's my opinion. But there's usually only those two opinions when it comes to Pikmin fans. Not super there's not that many games to be that divisive, so. And pull. Now, one of the more recent Sonic games, in terms of re-releases, S-A, B, C, D. Sonic Colors. Each and every one, till there's more is gone. To rule by the storm. A lot of A's. I really like the aesthetic of Colors. I agree. I like the vibes. Different than like my favorite Sonic games in terms of vibes, but I still like it a lot. Okay. I'm very interested to see the opinion on this next one. Do. The heat of day. Thanks. Okay. We only have a few polls left, guys. My kingdom. Okay, what's your guys' opinion on Sonic 4 Episode 2? Vote in the poll right now. What is up, Psych Draws? Yeah. He's not. Set me free. You say. Lost World. This is gonna be an interesting one. S A B C D. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Have you heard of the Sonic game? Oh my god, DN? He's nuts. Now for this next one, we're going way back. Probably should have done this one earlier, but whatever. Sonic 2. Let's not vote on Sonic Boom. The handheld ones. Some people really like Sonic 2. I know some like hardcore Sonic 2 fans. What did you do to get less ugly? I ate. Okay. Boom. Mars. Lyric. S. A. B. C. D. Okay, people putting boom and S are like completely trolling. Okay. It's gonna be an interesting one. Mania. S A B C D. S. You guys really like Mania. Thank you for the compliments on the picture. I appreciate it. Okay. This is going to be another interesting one. Forces. Do 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 do. I'm just living by my own feelings. Now, last game. This is another kind of divisive one. Voice inside and yo, what's up? Dio the Motivated. Last poll, Sonic CD. Where does it place on the list? The fan list. So this is pretty much what the final list is for you guys. You guys like Sonic Adventure, Sonic Heroes, Shadow, Sonic 06, Generations, Mania, and CD. That's a very weird variety. Everything makes sense except for 06 and Shadow. You'd think they're trolling. A tier is Sonic 3, Sonic 1, Advance 2, Advance 3, Adventure 2, Rush, Unleashed Colors, Sonic 2. And B is Advanced, Rush Adventure, Lost World. C is Black Knight. And these are... This is a pretty standard list. I think you guys did a good job. And since we had Heroes in S tier... why don't we watch this video to find out why some people love Sonic Heroes? Shall we?
Sponsored by Squarespace. Stay tuned to save 10% or more on your purchase and learn more about building your website.
Hell no.
Something we get stuck on a lot with Sonic is how it should be. There's a lot of talk about what Sonic should look like, indicative of a series which loves to reinvent itself every couple years. You could call this a bad thing, that Sonic just can't figure out what works and what doesn't. You'd be right, in a sense. Why can't Sonic just stick to one style? After the adventure games, you'd think they'd have all rights to move on to Adventure 3, to refine the ideas they had been steadily improving. Instead, we got Sonic Heroes. It's actually funny how normal this shift in gameplay style and tone feels in retrospect. True to the character, the franchise has a bit of a commitment problem, which has likely led to the dozens of splinters we now see within its fanbase. At the same time, part of me doesn't blame them for heading in a new direction. Though the adventure games were mostly beloved, the games weren't exactly the faithful translation of the classics
videos like
that
these.
some fans probably
This is the type, if anyone wondered what type of videos I watch on my free time, it's 100% stuff like this.
wanted. And if I'm honest, though Adventure 3 had several areas in which it could improve and evolve the formula, Adventure 2 is a pretty high note for that style of game to go out on. Why not experiment with what Sonic can be in 3D? An innocent question, once upon a time. So it was that Sonic Heroes came into being, and with it a style of gameplay that no one saw coming. You know, the more I write for this intro, the more I realize how Sonic Lost World
I feel like his voice volume should be louder than the music. Like, the music is either too loud or his voice volume's too low for this video.
release in essentially the same situation, adopting a new and different style of gameplay coming off one of the most beloved and critically acclaimed games in the franchise. Sonic Team are never ones to let a good idea stick. Despite it all, I kinda love it. There's a magic to Sonic Heroes, however unorthodox, and I wanna explore that. Why do I love
you ever had Sonic
Heroes?
nightmares?
The beautiful, lovable.
With how long I've been living and how long I've been kind of like low-key addicted to Sonic, I probably have, but I don't remember any.
Mess. The Sonic franchise is unique in that its ideas are rarely ever appealing on paper. Sonic Adventure 2 is my pride and joy. It came together really well, but I don't know that I'd necessarily be singing the same tune were I only to glimpse its concept. It's got mech shooting set in modern-day San Francisco, with actual human beings who send their military robots to lock Sonic in prison. It's kind of weird. But I find that in spite of its ludicrous premise, maybe even sometimes
Sonic
because of its
Bob like that
ludicrous
nightmare where
premise,
you became
it
Christian?
remains
Hell
a
no.
kick-ass video game. It doesn't really resemble what the classics had established as a traditional Sonic game, and yet I still think it's one of the best. Get upset at me for this, I know you will. Super Mario 64 is really nothing like the classic 2D Mario games. It had a completely different structure and
Why would we get mad at that? What? Of course Mario 64 is completely different from the classics. I feel like 3D Land and 3D World is proof of that. That was more of a 3D version of the 2D games than 64 was.
style focused around collecting
How's
objects
that
in large
controversial?
sandboxes, with only occasional platforming, and people loved it, so much so that it created an entire subgenre. So I say, to hell with the concept of a series or franchise needing to be anything at all. Why do we care what it should be? If it's good, if it's fun, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, why should that matter? I mean, really listen to me when I say that conceptually, Sonic Heroes
Only
sounds
Place is the
like
best
a bad
play
idea.
Let's Play
12
of
characters
64.
split into
I've not seen it, but I do want to show you something, Mike. I haven't opened these yet because I want to when I move out. Oh, fuck. Part of my headphones got out. But I have an Oni Plays plush, which came with some pins, and I have a Psychic Pebbles. Psychic Pebbles is such a funny guy. If you guys have seen the show Smile Friends, there's only one pilot episode of it out, but Smiling Friends, it was made by Zach, Psychic Pebbles, the guy that I just showed last, and he's so fucking funny. Psychic Pebbles is like one of the funniest people online in my opinion. Oni's funny too, but Psychic Pebbles in particular, holy shit.
4 different teams. Speed characters will control like Sonic usually does. Flight characters will shoot teammates at enemies and fly over gaps. And power characters will break objects and dispatch foes. Each character will be able to level up throughout the course of an act. The acts will be much longer on average, and
Smiling Friends ended up getting picked up, and we're gonna get like 10 episodes. Yeah, I heard of that. I'm actually really excited for that. I'm so glad it got picked up because the first episode was so funny.
many of them will have slower paced sections focused on combat. If I had no prior experience, and you just told me
I don't know if I'm allowed to show it. Is it on YouTube? Is the first episode like available? I don't think it is. I think you have to watch it on like Adult Swim. I'd get like copyright struck. But yeah, you guys should look it up and watch it.
this basic premise, I'd naturally be a little hesitant. I don't exactly have anything against destroying enemies in a Sonic game. That's just another part of the platforming. But a focus on combat, where enemies will don larger and larger health bars, where part of the onus for the player to switch characters is in order to better deal with mini-bosses and the like, is a little outside my comfort zone. I don't know that I'm interested in a Sonic game with so much stop and start pacing. But much like the mech shooting gameplay of the adventure games
Okay, I'll
makes
check
very
that out,
little
Mike.
sense on paper, I don't think
Yeah, for
words
some reason I really like Oni's humor, but like I haven't watched a lot of Oni plays. I don't know why. I just think, I don't know. I just haven't had time, I guess, but...
can really do heroes justice. When you sit down to play, or at least when I sit down to play, it starts to click. You're constantly switching between characters, trying to find the optimal way through enemy encounters to finish levels as quickly as possible. They ease you into it with Seaside Hill, where colored gates forcibly switch you to another character. Through this, you learn a set of priorities. Speed characters specialize in covering
Wait, Ellis Mark made a Rick and Morty video?
The subject of metahumor.
Oh my god.
longer distances. They can quickly homing attack through enemies, they can perform the light speed dash,
I know what
and
I'm
they
watching
can
after
rocket
this.
excel. But they're not exactly primed for combat. When you've just begun a stage, trying to kill enemies with them takes far too long, which is why you'll likely want to switch to the power character to deal with them. Power characters are much slower, but they have more combat utility. They can throw their teammates at enemies, they can dish out huge amounts of damage. Generally, they're your room cleaners. And then, sometimes, you'll run into a set of flying enemies in a chain. Sure, you can deal with them using Sonic or Knuckles, but again, it'll be a lot more awkward. Why not just switch to a flight character to stun those flying enemies, or flat out kill them depending on their level? You can pretty much use anyone to fight, but there's always a clearly better answer depending on what level your characters are. If your power or flight character is underleveled, maybe it's better to remove those annoying shields with the speed character's tornado attack, making it easier for the power character to finish the job. But if the speed character is a higher level, they can probably just kill the enemies themselves. It's the same for every character, and as you progress to future stages, the enemies will become much more resistant to certain character types.
I started watching Ellis Mark and his stuff is so interesting. Yeah, I love Ellis Mark. Do you guys want to continue watching this or switch to the Ellis Mark Rick and Morty video?
They'll start introducing metal flying enemies, which have to first be stunned by a flight character, and then dealt with using a power character. They'll introduce these big walkers with giant hammers, best dealt with using a power character, but maybe you can use a flight character to slow its movement and give you more opportunity for damage. The helmet variants only have one weak spot on top of their head, practically forcing you to figure out the fastest way to bring them to the ground. I think there's a really
Okay, let's watch the Ellis Mark video.
Humor is something that I've seen pop up more and more over the years. Basically, it's the
He has really good intros. He just gets right into it. Like, listen, this is from 0 minutes. No bullshit. Right into it. And he even has a sponsor, so he's not being, like, cringe with the sponsor at the beginning. Listen to this.
The subject of metahumor is something that I've seen pop up more and more over the years. Basically,
So
it's the
good,
act of
dude.
being
Just getting right into it, man. More YouTubers need to do that.
self-referential. Cartoons have been able to use this over the years as a way of breaking the fourth wall, to make a joke either about the show itself or stuff going on in the real world. You know, you've got stuff like Chider turning live action for a couple minutes, as in the show they run out of animation budget, The Simpsons inserting Matt Groening into their scenes, or Sonic Boom and its many jokes at how awful the Sonic fanbase is. No joke, they do it like every episode in Season 2.
He's just a fan. I've got dozens of them. Of course, he's the first one who doesn't criticize everything I do.
I think metahumor can be really funny at times. It's a good excuse to be self-aware for a bit and acknowledge your audience. almost like they're speaking directly to you. But is there ever a point in which meta humor can go too far? The answer is yes, and Rick and Morty Season 5 is a prime example of it. Yep, I'm finally doing it. Long ago I made an unspoken promise to myself that I'd never make a video about Rick and Morty, but I've caved in. Here we are, the long-awaited Rick and Morty video. LS Mark and Rick and Morty, 100 videos, LS Mark, Rick and... Okay, I'll stop. But what made me finally drop that rule and make a video about it? Well, let's start from the beginning, as it's something to do with the show's writing that I feel requires getting a general overview of what the show was, and what it was trying to be at the start of its run, compared to nowadays. Rick and Morty is an adult animated comedy airing on Adult Swim. It stars Rick Sanchez and Morty Smith, two not-so-subtle knockoffs of Doc and Marty from the Back to the Future series. Just going on wacky space adventures with Rick's portal gun, going to different alien planets to do whatever Rick wants that episode. Now, I didn't start watching the show until around the midpoint of Season 2, and I loved it immediately. Its style of humor really resonated with me. And apparently a lot of other people too, as the series had slowly been building what would become one of the biggest fan bases for any TV series airing at the time. However, a sad causation of the show becoming so big is that starting with Season 3 you could kinda feel the show's cultural significance starting to seep into it a bit, with it reveling in how cool and epic it was, then proceeding to talk about Reddit and Minecraft and all this rad shit that's hip with the kids. Felt like the show was developing a bit of an ego. Really though, what convinced me to finally tackle this show was the Season 5 finale. It was the big return to the lore they had been setting up all the way back in Season 1. Season 5 up until the finale, it felt like the show was finally—
Spoilers, by the way. Spoilers. Spoilers. Anybody who has not watched Season 5, spoilers.
getting back to basics. Not every episode was a hit. Looking at you, Sperm Baby and Voltron 1. But overall, I enjoyed quite a few of them, such as the one between Morty and Planetina, and the one about Morty trying to get the wine for Jessica. I'm not saying the titles because they're getting so convoluted at this point that I don't even remember what any of them are called. The season ends with a big two-parter, with the first exploring how toxic of a relationship that Rick and Morty have with each other, and the second featuring them returning to the Citadel of Ricks, where they finally meet Evil Morty, who within minutes destroys the entire thing, wipes out thousands of Ricks and Mortys, and leaves the self-contained multiverse that Rick has made for himself, where he remains as the smartest man in the universe, escaping in a new yellow portal. But I want to look past that. What a big game changer this was. And instead of endlessly speculating about where the series is going to be headed now after this, I want to focus on the writing of this finale, and how through its use of meta humor, it didn't manage to elevate anything happening within the episode, and instead caused it to feel it making me immersed or care about anything going on in such a huge series-shattering event. So this is going to be less of a, I didn't enjoy the season finale of Rick and Morty, because that's definitely not the case. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and more of a, I'm worried about the future of the show, and this episode perfectly encapsulates why. By the way, speaking of huge, I just got this huge package sent to me by manscaped.com.
Alright. Use code BOBLAX for 20% off, free international shipping. Code BOBLAX, code BOBLAX, code BOBLAX. Okay.
Rick and Morty is no stranger to meta humor. I mean, hell, they've been using it since the first episode. But when it comes to these types of jokes, I think it's always important to consider the context they're being used in. For example, don't put some dumb jab at the audience in a scene that's meant to be taken seriously.
Whoa, dead wife? Yes, now everyone can shut up about it.
I think the reason it's begun to bother me so much in the most recent season is because of how different the show currently feels compared to seasons 1 or 2. See, starting with season 3, it really felt like they were trying to shake things up and be overly ambitious with the story they were telling. The first episode made it seem like it—
Okay, so I kind of agree with this point because while season 5 was airing, I was rewatching Rick and Morty, and I rewatched all of season 1 and 2, and then a bit of season 3. And season 1 and 2 definitely feel like way different than... They definitely have a different feel than any of the other seasons.
It was gonna be the best season yet, and still one of my favorites of the series. Getting to see Rick completely dismantle the Citadel purely by using his intellect was fucking rad. It felt like a big finale. But when you're at a point where you feel like you've pushed things to its limit, where do you go from here? And that's when the sad truth set in. Despite starting off strong, this wasn't gonna be the best season of Rick and Morty. It was gonna be the worst. They just tried too hard to deconstruct themselves. Beth and Jerry get a divorce so Dan Harmon could put his fictional characters through the same situation he was going through at the time. They had episodes like Pickle Rick, which foolishly featured characters in-universe breaking down what exactly Rick's character is in an attempt to come off as deep, bro. And in what I think was the biggest mistake of the show, they made Morty jaded. Rick and Morty had a perfect dynamic. You have one guy be cocky, pretentious, and had the power to back it up, but also got way in over his head at times. And you pair him up with a clueless kid who's just along for the ride, but also has a big heart and wants to go against his grandfather at times due to his empathy for others. But with season 3, Morty became way more desensitized to the world around him, and with that I feel it ruined the perfect dynamic. And it sucks because I think this is actually a really good progression for the character to have. Of course he'd grow more numb to the mindless murder and horrible acts he witnesses on a daily basis, but it shouldn't have happened in season 3. We've spent more time with this new version of Morty than the innocent, empathetic one. So now we've just got two very depressing characters. They don't complement each other nearly as well. But beyond that, I find it impossible to feel connected to any of them, because nobody feels like a real character. They all come off like general archetypes that can be morphed into whatever the writer wants at any given time. Their personalities flip-flop so much that it becomes hard to care about these people anymore. I think a big part of that comes back to the topic of meta-humor, and how it's affected how Rick and Morty tells its serious stories.
You're right. It shows a lack of faith in their core concept.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Serious stories? Rick and Morty is a dumb cartoon, bro. You actually expect it to be serious? How can you possibly be annoyed that Rick and Morty doesn't take itself seriously? Yeah, how could I possibly think that? This isn't even a straw man argument. I literally got people telling me the exact thing. I had people genuinely telling me the whole, to be fair, you have to have a high enough IQ to understand Rick and Morty shtick. The show has not been very subtle over the years about how much it dislikes serialized stories, with Rick claiming to be a character who doesn't like repeating shit, and prefers things to remain episodic.
And he does not like serialized drama. Right, no drama. Keep it episodic.
But something unfortunate happened the one time they actually tried to tell a serious, serialized story. People loved it. People got super invested in the evil Morty subplot that they'd set up in season 1. Who is he? What's his plan? And way more importantly, when was he gonna return? Well, it took them all the way until season 3, episode 7 to show him again, in what was probably the best episode of what turned out to be an extremely lackluster season. And after that appearance, it's taken us all the way until the season 5 finale to see him again, meaning it's taken 5 fucking seasons for Rick and Morty to even interact with this character for a second time. Why is that? Well, like they said, they're not into serialization. And you can really feel that hatred, because throughout the entire episode we are constantly reminded of this with tongue-in-cheek jokes towards the audience, about how much they don't like doing lore shit, and how they like to keep it episodic. And by the point where we finally got to see the entirety of Rick's backstory, only for it to be followed up with Rick saying,
Yes, now everyone can shut up about it.
I just couldn't stop thinking, why did you even bother? When the episode starts and it's revealed that we're going to go to the Citadel, you think it's going to be a fun, action-packed adventure. Rick even makes a fourth wall break, acting excited about what's to come.
Hot damn, hitting the ground running with a Citadel episode.
But he completely ruins the rest of the episode by having this dumbass attitude to everything around him. I
love that he uses Sonic background music in all of these videos. I fucking love it.
Thought that part 1 of this finale was pretty solid. It told a somewhat genuine story of Rick and Morty realizing they had a toxic relationship, and parting ways at the end. It's effective because the characters themselves are taking things seriously. So it's just like we went through an episode that had no meta humor, but now that they're talking about lore, they have a joke about it every fucking second. It's like they're dragging their feet in the mud and don't want to do it, but know that fans will be pissed if we go another season without getting some sort of payoff on Evil Morty. But we don't even get the satisfaction of having the reveal in-universe to our characters, because before they even meet him, Rick says,
Fine, I could eat, but the second he reveals he's evil, we're gone.
Like, can you not even give us a simple fucking reveal? Like, we, the audience, knows he's evil, but our main characters aren't aware. But because Rick already basically feels like an extension of the writer at this point, of course he'd know the president is evil. Why not? Even beyond Rick's attitude, the writing overall just feels lazier in the way they handle his dumb self-aware shit. Rick just flat out saying,
Well, I forgot I literally have a screwdriver in my hand. I mean, Dadoy, I'm basically Inspector Gadget.
will never ever be as funny as him randomly saying,
Morty, hop on my back. Why? Go, Sanchez ski shoes.
One of them is a joke made out of a reference, and the other is just a reference. I don't like using this phrase because I know there's a lot of hard work put into making this show, but it feels like they just don't care anymore. When we saw Rick's backstory in Season 3, it was a big surprise. But then we find out that Rick faked it and it's sort of funny, you know? It's a play on the big emotional heartbreaking backstory and they make fun of that. But in Season 5, we find out that that very same fake backstory was actually real? It's like they couldn't be bothered coming up with a new one because of their discontent towards lore and thought, whatever, we'll just say that other one actually happened. But when we find out that, there's no actual impact to it.
React harder. I'm actually, like, really invested in this like, I'm actually, like, really into this video, so I apologize.
But I don't feel anything because Rick himself is too self-aware to feel anything either. If you don't want to do lore stuff, then I'd rather you just not do it instead of half-assing it. By the end of the episode, there's this big climax where the Citadel is being destroyed and Rick and Morty are trying to escape in time, with the two reconciling and working together to get away on a ship. But I can't buy this moment at all, or manage to care about this character growth, because these no longer feel like real or genuine people to me. You know what it feels like? It's like watching a movie with someone where they've already seen it and don't really care about it being your first time watching, so they have no remorse about pointing out how dumb things are, or talking about stuff before it's actually happened. You no longer feel any kind of impact towards anything. It just makes you really, really want to punch that person in the face. And don't give me that shit of, it's Rick and Morty, bro. Do you really expect it to take itself seriously? This is the show where the main character turns into a pickle. I just don't think you understand it. Again, not a straw man. People genuinely told me this. But it's like, yeah, no, you're right, though. Rick and Morty never managed to take itself seriously. I love the episode where Rick literally tries to kill himself, then afterwards looks at the camera and says, "Yep, I just did that." Or the first Evil Morty episode that ends on a big cliffhanger, with Evil Morty walking off into the distance, but then Rick walks into frame and remarks, "Oh boy, can't wait to see him again in 2 seasons. Time to go onto reddit.com and see people speculate about this new character." Oh wait, that didn't happen because the series just know when was and wasn't the time for a joke. To talk more about this topic of how a joke can ruin a serious moment, I thought I'd invite YouTube personality Johnny Two Salos to talk more about this subject.
I love this YouTuber. I love Johnny Two Salos. Very good YouTuber. Mwah. Mwah. Love him.
As on his channel, he spent a lot more time analyzing the series than me. Take it away, Johnny.
Thanks, Mark. So this is actually something I've been thinking about for a while. My friend Toonrific Tariq and I discussed it a lot when we covered Rick and Morty on our podcast, Cartoons That Curse, and we determined that what is most frustrating about the show choosing to undercut serious or emotional moments with humor is just how effective the show can be when it doesn't do that. The show obviously loves to make self-referential and meta jokes, and it has since it started, but I always think back to the 6th episode of the series, Rick Potion number 9. This was the first episode that really established the idea of the multiverse, resulting in Rick and Morty ruining their own dimension and replacing their dead selves in a parallel one. To the audience and to Morty as a character, this was a world-shattering reveal, and rightfully, they played this reveal off as a major serious moment. The haunting music and Morty's hollow expression linger even after the episode ends, and this will always stick with me as one of the most effective moments the show has to offer. I love when Rick and Morty leans hard into the fun and absurd humor, but they've so often managed to balance that with these emotionally affecting sequences. Mark mentioned a couple great ones earlier. Both Evil Morty reveals in seasons 1 and 3 were incredible moments that took themselves completely seriously. The scene where Rick contemplates suicide in season 2 was shocking and sticks with you. Even in season 5, in the Planetina story, they end the episode focused on Morty's heartbreak and do it earnestly. And these all stand out as some of my favorite moments of the show. Now, obviously, I don't want them to do this type of thing in every episode. These moments work because they're a juxtaposition to the ridiculous humor the rest of the show has to offer. But that's why it can be so frustrating when it feels like they have great opportunities to embrace these moments and instead choose to poke fun at them. The reality is that a lot of the fans are actually really invested in these ongoing plot elements and the more serious aspects of the backstories. So when the show makes fun of that fact within the same moment that it's exploring them, it can sort of feel patronizing. And I understand that the Rick and Morty fan base can be a lot, so I'm not suggesting that the writers need to listen to the fans because they know better. I just wonder if some of these meta jabs and references might actually be detrimental to the stories they are telling, especially when they're undercutting major moments. So that's my 2 cents. I still really like Rick and Morty, but I kind of wish they were a little more willing to embrace their serious and emotional side.
To end this off, I want to make it clear and say that I do still like Rick and Morty a lot. If anything, nothing the series does now will ever affect my enjoyment of the first 2 seasons. But like I said, I feel like Season 5 was a pretty good step in the right direction, into recapturing the feel of him, while also taking the series in a whole new direction. And the finale definitely did do a lot of stuff I liked a ton, such as removing that dumbass thing about Rick being the most smart and powerful man in the universe, because it definitely got excessive with how godlike he was becoming, literally fighting a god. You know, I liked it more when he was just this smart old man, and not a fucking half-man, half-machine action hero who's prepared for any scenario. So it was clever for them to work around that by implying the past 5 seasons were pretty much set up so Rick only had to fight foes he knew he could defeat. Means there are stronger things out there that he was hiding himself from. So I'm definitely still going to be keeping up with the series to see where it heads from here, and I'm still a big fan. This was just me voicing some of my concerns with the way the writing was headed, and I hope they're able to get better about it in the next 50 confirmed episodes. Whoa boy. There we go, went through an entire Rick and Morty video without playing that god-awful rap. Oh. Oh my god, it's coming, fuck, run!
That was a really good video. There was a lot of stuff addressed that I actually kind of agree with. And it wasn't like hating on the show at all. It was just saying I'm a bit concerned with how they go about presenting their more serious episodes in recent time. I guess it's only really a critique of the finale of Season 5. But yeah, I agree with it. And I hope the writers watch this video and take some notes. I mean, they can do whatever they want. I feel like they ultimately know what's best for the show. I mean, they're the reason it's successful, but I do feel like if some of the meta stuff was toned down in the finale, it would have had a bigger impact. I personally didn't mind it that much, but I did find like some of it a little excessive. So I agree. I agree with this video. I like this video a lot. You guys should check it out, watch it for yourself, like it, and all that. Alright. What should we do next? Should we finish watching the Sonic Heroes video, or should we just play some games? What do you guys think? Jackbox with chat? Maybe. I feel like that'd be fun, but I don't know if I want to do that right now. You know? Game? Alright. Let's see. I'll be right back. I need to get something. Alright. Play Among Us with who? With who? SA2? Maybe. Checking for update. Updater : P. Okay. Please update. Pirate? How am I a pirate? This is a fan game. Ghost hunt with Nick if he wants to. I thought you were based. Hopefully I won't have to set up controls again. That was kind of aged the first time I did it. Have you seen Meat Canyon's new video yet? No. Alright. Wait. Oh, it's already set up. Okay. Right back. That audio jumps. Yeah, whenever you open like new games, they always play at like max fucking volume, dude. Come on. Hello? Shut up, fucking bitch. Whoa. You have like a homing attack aura now. So this is a Sonic racing game where you can go and race in a bunch of levels against people. I'm not the host, so I can't choose what we play. I'm just gonna have to wait until they choose it. But there's like a really cool overworld which we're in right now. Have you ever... Oh no, we never played COVID Mario Sunshine. I forgot about that. Whoa, we can go down here? Dang. Wait. What's over here? Speed highway, radical highway. It's called Sonic. This model is called Sonic Jam because it's the Sonic Jam model. Just waiting for the host to... Oh, we're about to start. Whoa, whoa, why am I on the side? Alright, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We're about to fucking kick their ass, dude. This is so fun. We're racing against real players. We're gonna fucking win, dude. These fucking... No one's... Dude, this is like an autism fucking testing ground, dude. Who's the most autistic? Find out today. I'm about to kick these fucking bitches' asses, dude. How am I 11th? Fuck you. Whoa, I'm powering up! Let's go! I'm gonna kick these fuckers' asses! Fuck you all! I don't even know how to attack people. I haven't played this enough. Woo! Whoa, we're max level! Go back, kick their ass! Look how fast I'm going! Fuck you! Why am I only 12? Ah! How do I get across? Dude, everybody playing this game is like a fucking god at it, dude. This is unfair. This is completely unfair. Everyone knows it's like at the back of... This is my first time playing this. Well, this level. I don't know if different characters have different properties. I think it's just different models. I think they all do the same thing. But if like Sonic Jam, Sonic slower, I'm gonna be pissed. This was a long level. Dude, the music already looped. Oh, I see some people. Well, I'm 17. Do I see the goal? I got 4. Okay, so the guy who's first place, he only got like... He only did it 30 seconds faster than me. That's not too bad. Not like I'm completely second tack. Oh, okay, so this button, okay, so there's a homing attack to attack people, and there's a homing attack to just attack enemies. A lot of Sonic players probably sniffed the Sonic G Fuel. True. Okay. I hate this fucking anime bitch who keeps talking to me every time, dude. I just want to explore more of the overworld. We're already starting. Alright. Dino. I think this is a secret rings level, yeah. I'm about to kick these fuckers' asses! What the fuck? Dino! Oh, these bitches are riding dinos! Oh my god. Oh, I went the wrong way. Come on, dude. Am I last place now? Whoa. This level in Secret Rings was something, yeah, I bet. Much more fun here. This is one of the coolest Sonic fan game concepts ever. It's literally like Sonic R, but better. What? Which way am I going? Wait, is someone AFKing and getting mad? That's it! That's the last. Oh god. That's the last straw. I'm not finishing. Fuck you guys. Whoa, she's griefing the Sonic game, dude. I'm never coming here again. Dude, who fucked over Shalom or whatever, dude? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're really pissed off fucking Shalom. Dude, we got Sonic drama in here. Ah. Dino! Why can't I get on that? Is there like a... Okay. Oh, you... Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Sonic's fucking epic. Fuck. Can't even see the goal, dude. We didn't even finish the stage. Who gets mad in a fan game? I know, right? So fucking funny. I fucking love this. It's so fun. You guys can play with me too. You just gotta look up Sonic Battle R and then just go to the room with the most players. I've not explored this area yet. What's in here? Whoa. Death? Wait, whoa? Wait, I transported. Whoa! Can we go to the Akenna village? Whoa! Hi.
Forgive me, but I don't think we've ever met before. I'm Tikal.
I'm Boblax? Wow. To call that's epic! I found a secret! Oh yeah. Oh, are the guys who make the game in the lobby? So they're like complaining to the devs, like, this is bullshit. Wait, can I unlock more characters? Let's go look for more characters. Wait, can we unlock Big? I want to unlock Big. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Big the cat. Where's my boy Big at? Dude, he's not home. Big is not home. Is there anyone in here? Hello? Dude, when is the race starting? Wait, what? Alright. What's this guy? He's epic. Oh, I can like target people? Interesting. You know what? We've been streaming for 2 hours. I'm kind of getting tired. So I think I'm gonna end it. But I appreciate you guys for watching. And we might do some more like Sonic or whatever later. I'm gonna stream on Twitch more frequently. So don't forget to follow. Thank you all so much for the subs and everything. I appreciate you guys. Mwah. I'll see you later.